Embarrassing moments in the booth? We got them.
Speechless. Speechless.
Hi, I'm Kim Wilson,
And I'm Natasha Marchewka.
and this is Speechless. Welcome to our behind-the-scenes take on real life in VO, where we share our stories and our resources and our unforgettable moments.
Unsolicited opinions, too.
Unsolicited opinions. Hello? What is happening? This is perfect for our intro.
It is.
I know. We have two amazing vocal talents with us that are, gosh, legends in their own right.
In their own mind.
In their
All
own
right.
mind and in our mind.
Well, we put them in the hot seat. Kim actually puts them in the hot seat with a fun game we put at the end. Get to know these two talent today, and also some embarrassing moments. Here we go.
Let's toast to the interview. What did you bring? Jen, you go first.
Okay, well, this is actually a story too. So a couple of
Oh,
years
excellent.
ago, we had a big birthday party, 50th birthday party, my boyfriend and I. So we had a kids party. We rented an ice cream truck and we had a piñata full of nips. And I'm still going
Wait,
through
what?
2 years later.
Full of nips. This is a
And
brilliant
they didn't
idea.
smash when they opened the piñata.
I got plastic ones. So,
Oh, of course.
You're amazing.
so today I have Deep Eddy Peach with some
That Deep
pineapple
Eddy.
juice. Yeah, I know.
Yum.
Nice.
Yum.
A fuzzy
Lois.
maple.
Lois, what'd you bring?
Okay, so we were just talking about how much we like to drink wine, and I brought a glass of wine.
Oh, how
This
nice.
is my favorite, one of my favorite wines.
Oh, do
It's
tell.
it's a Turley from California. I was just
Oh.
looking. The vineyard is no longer named Turley. Helen Turley was the woman winemaker for a short time, and I
Nice.
love that story. And
Yeah.
it's delicious.
You'll
Oh
have
my
to
God,
share
we'll
the
sh-
exact name so we can look it up.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
Okay,
and
yeah,
share
this
with
is
our
a
viewers.
Zinfandel.
I like wine.
Nice,
Very
nice.
nice.
I have this gorgeous thing, which is half homemade, half recipe. It's a blueberry lemon vodka spritzer, I guess.
Yum.
But I added, instead of mint, I got some basil, and that
Ooh,
makes a huge
yum.
difference.
Wow.
What'd you
Very
bring,
nice.
Natasha?
Oh gosh, wah wah. I have Pink Lady kombucha.
And it says, for those of you who are just listening, it just says health aid on
Health
it.
Aid kombucha.
So cheers. These are
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah.
all of our health aids here.
Cheers.
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 Mm.
All to our health, yes.
Here's to
Santé.
loose auditions after the show.
Yeah, loose auditions. Isn't that the truth? Oh my
Mm.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
I did have a coach that said nothing will make you looser than a little sippy sip.
Okay.
Not
I don't want to
wrong.
know who that is.
I won't tell you
Hopefully
who
not
it
too
is.
loose.
Oh, well, I won't tell you who that is, but they did say that. It was a woman. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Okay.
I know who it is.
Lois, tell us your story of how you got into voiceover. Don't give us a relatable moment yet, but do give
Okay.
us a little story about how you fell into voiceover.
Yes, and I love that way of phrasing it. How did you fall into it?
Dun-dun-dun.
So, how I fell into voiceover was when I was 6 years old. I loved listening to the radio, and I would call the radio stations and I would enter contests. And then after I graduated from college, a cousin of mine who was a radio DJ took me to his station, recorded my voice. He said, "Did you ever think about doing this?" And I said, "This has been a dream all my life." So here I am, graduating college. I go and move close to him, and he teaches me how to be a DJ. So I started out
Very
as a
cool.
rock and roll radio DJ.
So
I
cool.
love
I want to
that.
see pictures.
Wait, what was
Oh,
the
yeah.
name? What was the name of that first MTV VJ?
Oh, the
Martha.
woman?
Yeah, Martha.
Martha Quinn.
Martha
Yeah.
Quinn. You were
Oh,
like the Martha
man.
Quinn of the day,
Oh,
except
I
for
wanted to be.
radio.
So with being a DJ, you did commercials. I emceed concerts. I did
Mm.
live announce.
Did you do
Mm.
any of those like rock and roll soul
Promos.
voices?
Well,
Look at her.
you know,
No,
they
probably not Kim.
radio stations have RE20 microphones, and you
Mhm.
can really get up close and eat them. And I
Mhm.
love
Oh,
that.
Mhm. It's true.
nice.
And so after radio, after radio DJing, I went into radio and TV news.
Interesting.
And
Oh, I can see that with you. You have that perfect
Yeah.
voice.
yeah, so that was really good for the announcer read.
Making a comeback.
Yeah, Jen.
Oh, let's hope
making
from
a
your mouth
comeback.
to God's ear. And yeah, so that was great for long form narration, for documentaries, e-learning,
And did you
and
do that really early on? That kind of stuff? That
uh,
announcery long form?
oh yeah,
Wow.
we're going. Yeah, we're going back a number of years, and it's really been
A number
it,
of years.
and it's really
Um,
been my go-to. I'm very comfortable telling the story
yeah,
in a longer way.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
that's how
cool.
I fell into it.
Well, here's to the
I'm
future of
swimming.
documentaries, huh, Lois?
That's
Lois
nice.
has
Yes,
just
Cheers.
finished her TV narration demo. It's
It's really good.
fabulous.
yes.
Congratulations, Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Here's to that.
congratulations. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Jen, we'd love to hear your story.
Mine's convoluted. I forgot that I went to school for communications, and one of our
You
projects.
forgot.
I didn't forget, but I forgot I did voiceover. So we had a project, we had to do a video project. And because I was a singer and in theater, they had me do the voiceover for it. And the guy they brought in to record it said, "Hey, you're pretty good. You want to come record a demo?" I'm like, "Okay." I was 18, you know?
Okay.
And I
This
recorded
is in
the demo.
college?
This is in college. I recorded the
Oh my
demo
gosh.
and I forgot all about it until about 5 years ago. Oh, I
Oh,
found the
yeah,
tape.
you found the tape.
It's a
Yay.
cassette tape for those who don't
I know.
are just
Yeah.
listening.
I
It's
did
one
say
of those things
50th
that you stick in a
birthday.
cassette deck,
Mhm. So
which they don't
anyway,
even have in cars anymore. But I've been in Jen's car and she still has a CD.
okay. Really?
Me too.
So anyway, so I keep
you too.
the tape here to remind me where I actually started. But I got married, had kids, put it all away, and was still doing theater and on-camera film and commercials. And then one day I was sitting with Marty Moran, who's a voice talent from Connecticut, in a Friendlies commercial. We played husband and wife background. So for 8 hours, we just chatted. And he was a full-time voice actor doing on camera on the side. And I did
And
more
let's just
on camera.
I was
Mhm.
just going to say, let's just tell everyone you used to be an on-camera talent. Like that was
Right.
your main thing.
That
Yeah.
was the main thing. Yeah, that and theater. And so he answered all my questions, and then he kind of became my mentor. He ended up
Nice.
creating my first demo. And
Oh,
here we had newenglandfilm.com that had a resource of all the production companies in New England. And
yeah.
once I had that demo, I just cold called all the production companies in New England.
Wait a
And
minute. You cold called?
well, I didn't cold, I cold emailed.
Cold emailed. Good
I know.
girl. That's awesome.
Right.
That's good marketing. People take a page from Jen's book.
That's how it started.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That is awesome. And today
Today.
you're just doing your thing. I
It's just
mean,
my
right?
thing. Yes.
I'm kind of
I am, it's
introducing
a-
you to say the next line, which is today you are
Doing a lot of
We Bank
stuff.
certified WBE woman-owned business and
Yeah, you are.
voiceover extraordinaire.
Yeah, I just want to tell everyone, and Jen, you're going to finish the sentence. I went to a networking event recently with Jen just to meet local businesses. And, well, as an aside, don't talk about religion or politics, is what I learned. Jen
Sorry
got
for
that
Oh.
out of your way. Hello. And secondly, Jen
Yikes.
started introducing us, not as voice actors, but
as we own a voiceover production company. People
and that is
Okay.
true.
they take you more seriously if you don't say, "Oh, I'm a voice actor." You know, I'm an actor.
Oh, I love
But
that.
I'm the owner of a voiceover production company. I'm a certified woman-owned business. I have a roster of vetted talent in multiple languages.
Of
You know, so
course we do.
the elevator
Right,
pitch
because we
can
all
be
have
Wow, Jen,
those
that's a
sources,
home
each
run.
other.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
don't forget to network with each other, people. I mean, that is such a a key thing. I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, I want to say that we are all going to share one relatable, embarrassing, or relatable, depending on how you define relatable, moment.
Okay, popping in here really quick to, first of all, thank our sponsors. Right now, we have Vorg, the voiceover resource guide, VoiceOver Extra, and George the Tech as our sponsors, and we are so grateful. Thank you for being our sponsors. We also want to talk about getting to know casting directors. Kim and I have created an amazing event that includes wine tasting,
Hello?
and
good food?
homemade Italian food, fresh
Hello?
pasta.
Why aren't you even
2
there?
words, fresh pasta. But actually, it's a casting director workshop. There are 4 casting directors there. There's 3 total workshops all day in Burbank. Be sure to check out our website, speechlessvo.com, for all the details. And if you
But if you
can't come,
can't make it, go ahead.
right,
Yeah, if you can't make
can't
it.
make it, you can see the whole thing on Zoom and purchase it for much less, of course, than going for the wine tasting and all the things. So we hope you join us. What else did we want to say? Thank you for watching. Thank you
Thanks
for
for
listening.
watching.
And listen to the hot seat questions.
Welcome back. Natasha, you haven't barely said anything today. Do you
I'm
want to share your
enjoying.
relatable moment?
Okay, I'm just enjoying listening. Well, my relatable moment, I was recently on the road, had to bring my show on the road, and I don't do that very often. But anyway, recently I went to Ottawa, Canada, and I rented a studio for a couple of hours here and there, which, boy, I can't say enough about that. What's so great about it is the person is not only editing for you, engineering, editing,
Mm.
but also giving you feedback on your takes. Oh, I like this one better. And it's like, oh my goodness, great.
That's
Put
what you
that
pay
first.
for.
You know,
That's what you pay
oh
for.
my gosh, it was amazing. But aside from that, I did bring my remote stuff and I did the most haphazard recording I've ever done in my life, and it was fine. So that's a lesson. But, I have a VO booth to go, a vocal booth to go. Beautiful turquoise, love it so much. I didn't bring it with me this time. I just thought I'm going to bring my studio equipment, and then whatever room I'm in, I'm going to set it up and do the fort if I need to. Well, I didn't even do the fort. I was in a bedroom. It had hardwood floors, but I
Oh
went
my
beside the
God.
bed. I took my Sennheiser 416, which we love so much because it's directional, and I, just had it in my mug, and I
Oh,
did
your
the
face.
revision, and it was like so haphazard and risky, and they didn't flinch, and it was for like a pretty decent commercial.
Oh, that was
Oh,
ballsy.
that I got
I'm
paid
just
for and
saying.
everything.
Oh my God,
I
that's pretty ballsy. Not
It was actually
relatable
for a
at
political
all.
commercial.
Oh,
Yeah, it was it
No,
not relatable? I think
it's
I
not
just
relatable because you did not fail. You succeeded. Though I
oh,
have to say the rando haphazard thing was amazing.
it's
that's
so
relatable.
haphazard.
That's
Like, it
relatable.
just was. The computer was on the bed, I was beside the bed, there was
Hunched
wires
over.
everywhere, and I just did it.
I
And
love it.
it was, yes, I hope it's relatable, even
It
though it
is
wasn't
relatable.
I think
No,
it
it
is
is.
relatable. Yeah.
It's relatable. You know why? Because it's haphazard, and
Yep,
sometimes we do
haphazard.
just what we need to get
And
by.
sometimes the fort falls down on you anyway.
Right,
Yes.
and it's, like,
Didn't
right
happen.
over your head and whatever, but I didn't
Yeah.
even use anything over my head. I just sat beside the bed, and Bob's your uncle.
Nice. Bob's your uncle. That's what we're going to say from now on. And Bob's your uncle.
So what you
That's
got, Kim? What's your relatable story?
I think a lot of people have heard this already because I have shared it, but I am going to share it again today because it is definitely a relatable moment. For those of you who haven't heard it, I used to do promos for WGBH, and there's a show called The Durls of Corfu, and I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know how to pronounce the Durls. And I've taught everyone and their brother, just sing it out. Sing it out till your brain remembers it. Durls of Corfu, the Durls of Corfu, the Durls of Corfu. And I just did that over and over and over, and I recorded it, and I accidentally left it in the final file. Yeah. So it was like the Durls of Corfu, Saturday at blah, 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 and GBH. the durls of Corfu. Yeah. So I don't even know how that, I have no
That's
idea.
haphazard. That's
That's
definitely haphazard.
haphazard. That's sloppy. That's everything you shouldn't do. They found it very funny,
Oh, yeah.
but, and got me more work, but
Oh, good.
See?
There's the happy
it was at
ending.
that moment where I was like, please, God, let me die. It'll be just between us.
Love it.
Jen, what have you got? Relatable and successful
Well,
or failure?
so you said relatable or embarrassing, so I'm going to go with the embarrassing because it's
Yes.
really how I jumped into voiceover. Marty was great and he taught me everything, but I was still doing on-camera work. Um, and I went to a SAG audition, so we had to fill out paperwork, and I must have put my hair behind my ear or something like that because I talked to people there. I practiced my sides. I went into the audition, talked to the director, and I thought it went pretty well. And then I get in the car and I had a pen mark across my face. I must have, when I put my hair back, wrote on my face, and not one person told me.
Shame on them.
Oh,
Shame
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah. So I decided, and
all
I
You
the
got
way
a
up
little
your cheek.
something, something.
you got a little
Not
something
just
there,
a
but
little
all the way up.
something, it was all the
It
way
was a
up her
line.
cheek.
It was a line. So that's when I decided
It's a little
voiceover.
contour you forgot.
Well,
That's right.
who here, I would have said something. Who here, as a
I would have
stranger,
said
well,
something.
certainly as a friend, but as a stranger, I would have said,
Yes. I would have said
unless
something.
it looked like it was intentional, Jen. Is there any chance of that?
I don't think so. It
A
was pretty
strange
obvious to
tattoo.
me. But
Strange
it,
tattoo.
I will say it was one of those cattle calls where they were looking for the mom, but they were looking for the mom who was 23 and 6 feet tall, and that wasn't
Oh.
me anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they weren't.
shoot.
It was a
There
little
aren't
kid.
too many of those.
And
Come
the
on
mom
now.
with the pen mark on her face. So there's a lot
Right.
of
The
moms with
real
pen.
frazzled mom, right?
Yeah, that's
Right,
real.
right.
I mean,
That is
come on.
real.
So
Lois,
that's
would
my
you have
embarrassment.
said something? Would you have said something to Jen?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. Good. Here, here.
yes, I had,
And that's why
Especially
we're
before she
friends.
went in.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I was on the way to, I live outside of the city. This is not my relatable moment, but I was on my way to the train and a bird pooped on me.
Oh. And how
Did
did
you
you
And
know?
I
handle
Did you
it?
had to
know?
How did you
ask,
handle it?
I had to ask a stranger to help me out because I
Oh,
could not go home.
Where
That's
did it land?
Oh my gosh, partly on
Oh,
my head.
yeah.
no.
that's
Stop it
good
right
luck,
now.
though.
You're in New York City, right? We should tell everyone you're in New York City.
Yeah,
That happened to
I,
me in New York City, though it was down the back of my
I,
coat.
this
Oh,
was in, well, I'm in Port Washington, Long Island. So it's 24 miles outside of the city, a quick Long Island Railroad trip. And yeah, I was just about to get on the train when I felt it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my
did you
God.
book the gig? I took Andrew to pet penguins for his birthday one year, and they said if you get pooped on by a penguin, it's good luck. So,
Ooh,
maybe.
have
Did
to
you book the
remember that.
gig? That's
Yeah.
the greatest
Oh
thing
my
ever.
gosh. Oh my
That
God.
is really good. I was actually not on my way to a gig.
Oh.
Too
Nothing
bad.
Yeah,
good, I
I
hope.
mean, that was not the relatable moment I was going to bring. I was just going to say, uh, and it's not that embarrassing. It was just relatable in that I started a company with my husband. We didn't get off to the fast start that we thought we were going to get off to. We decided, we still had a teenager at home. We decided one of us had to get a staff job with benefits. And
Mm.
I was the one who got the first staff job. And
Got the
I
short
was,
straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got the offer first that was good
Yeah.
enough to accept. And it turned out I got hired by NBC News. So that was a
Nice.
pretty good offer.
How
Yeah.
low?
And so I was able to use my producer, my reporter ability. I got hired in the intellectual property division of NBC News, rights and clearances. And
Mm.
Cool.
so for 11 and a half years, I worked in this department, mostly working with the long form documentary unit. So as part of that, and I quickly saw an opportunity, I said, because they would produce programs, and while I was in production, they would have all these different voices narrate the production, the scratch
The
track.
scratch.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so distracting. And I went to them and I said, listen, I am a professional. I'm happy to step in. And so I became the scratch track queen of
I
Peacock
love
Productions.
Oh my
love
God,
it.
scratch track queen of Peacock Productions,
Wow.
Lois
And then
Allen
the
Lilly.
relatable moment on that was that when I finally, the job changed and I no longer wanted to do rights and clearances. So I left 2 years ago to go back with my husband to focus on building the company that we had continued. And that's where I am today.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome. Well, cheers to you guys. I love
Yeah.
that.
Here's
So
to all.
Kim is going to put you in the hot seat. You didn't know
Uh-huh.
this
Hot
part.
seat in the hot seat. Uh-huh.
It's 90 degrees here today.
I know.
Mm.
So stay in your booth because mine is boiling right now. Is yours, Jen?
It's a
Yeah,
little
Jen and
warm.
I are in the same part of the country. All right. We're going to play a game called This or That. Now, there's no right answer. It's just this or that or something else. I mean, obviously, it can be a little bit of both. You can hem and haw through it and tell us your process. That's fine. But here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Lead-ins or no? You know what a lead-in is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Depends on the script.
Depends on the script. How about you, Lois?
I go through periods where I do them religiously and then I don't do them.
And is there a reason?
Um, I wasn't sure how they were helping me or distracting me. But
Interesting.
I've gone back now to doing lead-ins because as things have moved to conversational,
Mm.
how better to have a conversation, to sound conversational than to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, I'm definitely in the
Nice.
lead-in camp right now.
Who are you
Wait,
or who
Kim,
are you speaking to?
I want to answer the lead-in question.
Oh my gosh, Natasha, go for it.
You didn't
Lead-ins or
you
no?
didn't answer it yourself, Kim, or you
I do a
abstaining from
lead-in, but I crop them out. Crop them? Crop them.
Usually.
Edit.
cut
Oh
'em out.
yeah.
Usually. Depends on what
except
depends of what kind of casting director is casting it,
unless you're
or if
singing
I'm
the
a Durl
Durrells
of
of
Corfu.
Corfu. For me, lead-ins are like exercise. I really should do them, and I barely get out of the gate. I do it a little bit, but I
That's a
know
great
I should do
answer.
them. Mm. Well,
All
thank you.
right, all three of you, who are you or who are you speaking to?
Who are
So
you?
I just learned from Deirdre McCarthy a really neat trick. I'm not who am I or who am I speaking to. I find the dirty little secret and I play to that. So it's like,
Hmm.
I had an audition for a women's soccer team.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you're not talking to the people who want to watch women's soccer. You're not talking to soccer players. Well, kind of talking to soccer players. She's like, you're talking to the cool girls who are letting the geeky girls join their team because they're good enough.
Mm.
And you're the
Mm.
geeky girls all excited to join the team. So there's that dirty little secret of,
Nice.
yeah, you're cool enough. Come on.
Oh my
So
gosh,
I
that's
find
brilliant.
now the dirty little secret in the script. And thank you, Deirdre
I
McCarthy.
want to expand on that. We'll have to have you back and just focus on that.
Yeah, because that's a really cool.
Well, it's not mine. It's Deirdre McCarthy's Face-to-Face Pro. I don't want to take anyone's
We
thunder.
will credit her.
Yeah.
We'll credit
No
her, but we'll
problem.
have you on to talk about that more.
Yeah.
Lois, what about you? Who are
Oh
you?
gosh,
Who are
who
you
am
speaking
I?
to?
I am
Who are you or who are you talking to? Which one do you
yeah.
choose?
I usually am talking to a very close friend of mine. Her name is Maria,
Mm.
and I am frequently going, Maria, can you believe this?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I do
There's your
talk to my
lead-in.
sister a lot.
You talk to your sister a lot.
I
That's
do.
funny.
I'm like, Jackie, you need to use this bank. Okay.
Jackie, here's the dirty little secret.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for
I
me,
had an
it's always
affair with your husband. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, Natasha, what's you?
it's usually who am I talking to? I don't. We really should say both. We
Yeah.
should, quote
I know
unquote,
there's There's shoulds in
Right?
this, I know,
Yeah,
but what do
but
we really do?
generally, because I have pictures of my family up in front of me, so I use,
Aw,
yeah. What about
nice.
you, Kim?
Um,
Neither? Both?
I generally am myself,
Mhm.
and it's who,
Mm, mhm.
I usually think of a scenario that I'm in and who am I talking to in a scenario.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be related to the product. It can be like whatever is moving, but it's like usually something that's provocative enough to give me like it's either a really deep moment I'm having with somebody, or it's a super super fun moment I'm having with somebody, and it doesn't matter what I'm talking about.
Mm.
You know, that's something like that. That's probably like the PC way of saying probably both. Every once in a while, I swap back and forth.
Okay.
Okay, long form. Do you edit as you go, or do you edit after you record?
Oh my God, I
Jen.
guess it's both. So I punch and roll, and then I listen back to split files and make sure
Oh
there's no.
my God. Oh my gosh. Lois.
Not risky, but
Yeah,
daredevil.
depends on uh, which long form I'm doing. I will often bring in somebody to assist me.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
What?
with
Nice.
just
Ooh,
because the editing.
what?
Because
So
editing isn't
fancy.
fun. I get that 100%.
Yeah, I love, you were talking about it earlier. I really love to have somebody hearing me
Mm-hmm.
and just
Mm,
giving me,
so helpful.
yeah, it is just so
You need a
helpful.
director. Yeah,
But then
like the good old
you
days.
also have someone listening to you.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah, if
tricky.
if I drop a word or replace a word
Mm.
that I
Somebody
didn't
can catch it in
see,
the moment.
Oh,
someone
you mean
catches it
they're
right
right
away.
there listening to you, not just you hire
Yes.
them to edit.
They're like directing you, sort of. That's kind of nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Natasha,
Definitely edit afterwards.
I'm an edit afterwards girl too.
I do mouth
Mhm.
clicks instead of a dog clicker. I do mouth clicks, and it makes a
You
nice
go
sharp line.
with your little tongue. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I use it when I'm leaving a message and I make a mistake. I've been known to do that. And so then I just go through the mouth
That's
clicks.
hilarious that you do that.
That is
Yes,
fantastic.
embarrassing.
Okay. I know we all know the right answer to this, but we're going to tell the truth. Warm ups every day or only when you're sick and strained? Sick and strained right here, people.
Yeah, sick and strain. Especially with the low conversational, I don't care read. If I
Right.
warm up, it'll be too bright.
Mhm.
Lois, what about you?
Yeah, I'm not doing warm-ups now, and I keep almost daily. I say, "Oh, I really would like to have a warm-up and
Routine.
a vocal exercise program," which I had years ago. I
I
was
do them
really,
almost every day, just saying.
Oh,
yeah, good
Natasha.
for
Of course
you.
you do.
No.
And I
Well, I have to. In the morning, Jen, you benefit from having a verbose voice. It's too groggy. It's too groggy
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for
I,
me.
I pick and choose auditions to do, and
Sure.
I should warm up more.
We all should, but do we?
Yeah,
That's the
the
question.
the vibration of the lips is the easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Right.
I'll
Exactly.
take my mixing straw and
Oh, yeah.
As she
That
sips her drink.
I did a
Your
oh,
creative. No, it's okay. Creative take. Your creative take. Is it your first one or is it your second one?
I move it to the first.
I moved mine to the first too.
yeah, I move it to the first also.
God,
It's not the
good
first
boy.
one I
Jen is
record.
agonizing over
I
this.
Jen, I
am
can see
because it
you.
again it depends on the script. If my
And it
voice
depends on the creative director or the
it
casting
yeah,
Casting
director.
but
director.
I do a lot of warm, hospital healthcare type stuff. So you
Yeah.
don't want the quirky kind of if you're
Yeah.
talking about cancer's hard. So
Mm,
it depends on the script if I move the creative one to the front first.
yes.
Oh, I should try that. Just shake things
Word.
up a bit.
Yeah, that's what I say.
All
All right,
right.
quick. Headphones on or off?
On.
Off.
Both.
Both.
Ooh.
I keep mine on for intimate reads, take them off for everything else.
Mm. I've been
Uh,
experiencing. I also do one ear, so that wasn't
Yeah.
mentioned.
oh, me
Yeah,
neither.
if I'm
That's
in the
nice.
studio, I will do that where one is on and one is off, and somebody else's studio.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in your booths, ladies, mood lighting or overhead lighting or
Oh,
center cam lighting?
no, I can't use the center cam light. It blows me out. But
Me too.
overhead lighting.
Overhead lighting,
I use what came with the booth. It's
overhead
a
light. We're going to
strip.
call it overhead lighting.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's got this updated studio brick, so she's
She
got some
does, but
little
she did
fancier.
not install a mood light.
Oh, well, I have mood lights
You
like
have
you would not
mood
believe.
lights.
I had
Yeah.
them
Yes,
in my
you
old
do.
booth.
I
Yeah.
will say at
Yes.
Christmas time, sometimes I put Christmas lights up,
That's a mood light.
but only at Christmas time.
All right, shoes on or off in the booth?
Off. I don't want to vacuum more than I
Off.
need to.
Off.
Usually off, sometimes on. I'm both.
All right, here's your last questions, ladies. Pants on, pants off.
Depends on the time of year.
Underpants or pants?
I have been completely buck naked in the booth, I admit. It's a hot day, ice
On a-
pack hanging down my back.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
I love to work in shorts.
Shorts, that's a pants on. That's still
Yeah.
a
Those are
pants on.
pants. Those are short pants.
They're short pants.
Short pants.
Lois chooses short pants. And Natasha, you?
Well, I usually wear underpants and I sometimes wear pants. How's
Ooh,
that?
okay.
Thank
All right.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for
I
enduring
don't know what that
this.
conjures up, but okay.
It's fun.
I
It's
wear a lot of
This
great.
or
tunics.
that, and this really
Well, what about you,
short
Kim?
but
Are you pants
wonderful.
on?
Oh, depends on the day.
Okay.
Depends on the day. Today, pants on, but you
No.
never know. It's 90 degrees here in Massachusetts, so they might be coming off. We'll see. But thanks, guys. Cheers to you guys.
Here's
And
Cheers.
Cheers. See
see
you
more
again
of you.
soon. Yes, can't
Yeah,
wait.
for sure. Mm.
Mm.
Thank you.
This episode of Speechless is brought to you by
Hey, did you know that the very first newsletter in our industry still exists today?
I did. It's called Voiceover Extra.
Mhm. It's got daily announcements, it's got career building advice, it's got products, opportunities.
Tons of articles, tons of
Yes.
webinars to purchase.
Yes, and we're going to be extra, so extra, and tell you to sign up for VoiceOver Extra. Tell them how.
You go to voiceoverextra.com. That's voiceoverextra.com.
Hey, is tech holding you back?
Let George the .tech take your studio to the next level.
That's right. All you have to do is schedule a quick consultation, get back on track.
George has brought together top-notch technicians to assist you via an emergency contact line.
Which is my favorite
Totally.
thing ever. Hey, you can benefit from webinars, training modules, recording, editing, studio setup, and troubleshooting.
Level up with George the .tech today. The VoiceOver Resource Guide. What is the VoiceOver Resource Guide?
It's an incredible networking tool. Not only that, but it's also the industry's oldest publication since, drumroll please, 1988.
Sounded like a cat. The publication comes out twice a year and now covers LA and New York and Chicago.
And there's also a free online version called thevorg.net.
Right. Here you can find recording studios, casting services, agents, rates, demo production, events, and so much more, and has the most up-to-date map search.
That's pretty cool. You can pick up your very own publication in various locations across the United States, or just go to thevorg.net and get one shipped right to you.
Speechless.